Test 1 2 mic test. Test 1 2. Test 1 2 mic test 1 2. Test 1 2 mic test.
Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3.
Test 1 2 mic test 1 2. Test 1 2 mic test 1 2. Test 1 2 mic test.
Test 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Okay, let's get started with our first annual 4-H Saskatchewan Provincial Sheep Show. Can we have a round of applause for this, because it's a really big deal. So 4-H Saskatchewan is proud to host members from across the province. This opportunity was made possible through collaboration with the Saskatchewan Sheep Development Board and the Grasslands Sheep Exhibition Committee. My name is Mel Stevens, and I will be your announcer for the show. Working ringside is my daughter, Faith. And our marshals are Deanne Schreiers and Trevor Begora. Raise your hands if you're here. Our judge for today is Nathan Trowell. Where is he? Oh, over here in the corner. Nathan is a professional agrologist working in East Central Saskatchewan. He is closely connected to his family farm in Saltcolt, Saskatchewan, producing pedigree, seed, and purebred Suffolk sheep. Nathan was a 4-H member for 12 years and continues to contribute to 4-H activities, including judging achievement days, grooming, and judging clinics, Prairie Land Junior Egg Showcase, and the Canadian Western Agribition International 4-H and Junior Judging Competitions. Just a couple of housekeeping. As a reminder, the champion pictures will be taken at the backdrop following the show. It'll be over there in the corner. You see the barnwood, the slab fence with the flowers. That's will it be taking place following the show. And also thank you to DLMS, as we are going to be live for this show today. So with all that in mind, we are going to welcome our first class into the ring of the very first ever annual 4-H Sheep Show. Class 1 ewe lambs. So entering our ring is show number 104, Lacey Grant from the Carlton Trail 4-H Club. Number 124, Wyatt Wood with the Crown Hill 4-H Beef Club. Number 113, Pika Kenzie from the Catherwood 4-H Sheep Club. Number 106, Isabella Kelsey from Makwa 4-H Sheep Club. Number 101, Jacob Bernauer from the Carlton Trail 4-H Club. Number 119, Jalissa Sturby from the Carlton Trail 4-H Sheep Club. Number 108, Alita Nordic from the Carlton Trail 4-H Sheep Club. Number 115, Taylor Rutz from the Makwa 4-H Sheep Club. Number 111, Caitlin Pika from Catherwood 4-H Sheep Club. Number 118, Holden Sturby from Carlton Trail 4-H Sheep Club. And number 127, Kate Edwards from Carlton Trail 4-H Sheep Club. Your class is complete. And on a side note, before we get started, I am terrible with names, so if I butcher your name, I do apologize.
Well, thank you everybody for in Saskatchewan 4-H for inviting me to the first 4-H Provincial Sheep Show. And we started off with a really good class of ewe lambs. It was a bit of a struggle. There were some eye-catching ones here, and then there's a surprise that I brought up to the top. So we start with the front row, and then we have a back row. The top two will be coming back for champion ewe lamb class, or the overall ewe lamb. So we started off with this Dorper, which was a surprise even to me, but it's a really deep ewe lamb, got lots of capacity for holding lambs, and we got to judge these on how they're going to perform today. So we got the depth in this ewe lamb. It's correct on its feet. It's got the second longest loin in the class, and it's full down through that hind quarter. So as far as a production ewe, this one's got a lot to offer for production. Then you move into a variety of Suffolk crosses here in the top four. I was nitpicking on what I liked between these, but for production ewes, you need capacity to hold lambs, and you also need to have that meat for the market that we're in today. So, and you also have to be able to walk around the pen, walk to the water, feed trough, and hold yourself up while you're for longevity. So we get into the second place with a beautiful ewe lamb. Very eye-catchy, got a thick loin, probably the deepest and thickest loin in the class, and carrying even, again, through that hind quarter. Just like to straighten her up on her feet a little bit more. That's going to be first and second. That's where they probably drop back in this class. Nothing wrong with them. They're great ewe lambs, but when you have that first place being so correct, they drop behind there. When you're moving into the third and fourth, we have the third place one here, a little bit thicker than the fourth place. The fourth place has the longest loin in the class, but just didn't have that same depth of body as the ones above it, so that's why it fell down there. You get into the sixth place here at the end. It's got a lot of muscle, a lot of strength in that ewe lamb. The wool hides a lot, but the loin is just a little bit shorter. When you get into the second row here, we start getting into conditioning differences where they're just not covering as much of that fat over the back, that condition over the back. So for as production ewes in a show, you have to have that conditioning, and these ones just are falling short. You get into the Romneys here, they're a wool breed, so they're not going to be in that same market as the meat production, but the majority of our market is meat production. So when I'm looking at these ones, structurally correct, they're just not have as much cover on them for the show that I'd like today. And then you got the ones down the bottom here. Again, just conditioning is a little bit less than what we have for the show ones up top. And like their correctness in their back end and how they're moving around. But this is my class, starting on the front over there and moving through.
Okay, congratulations, kids. Can we have the first and second place just stay in the marshalling area, and the rest of you can take your lambs back to your stalls. So in first, we have Jacob Bernauer. Second was Taylor Rutz. Third, do we have third? Okay. Third was Holden Sturby. Fourth is Alita Nordic. Fifth is Jalissa Sturby. Sixth, Wyatt Wood. In seventh place, Isabella Kelly. In eighth place, Caitlin Pica. In ninth place, Kenzie Pica. In 10th place, what's the first name? I don't Young Edwards. It's written, so I don't know what his name is. Kate Edwards. And in 11th place, Lacey Grant. Congratulations to all. Our next class is our next split of ewe lambs. And coming into the ring is number 116, Stetson Adeline from Clarebank Multi-Club 4-H. Number 100, Bernauer Haley from Carleton Trailer 4-H Club. Number 117, Everly Stetson from Clarebank Multi 4-H Sheep Club. Number 122, Alina Vidal from Makwa 4-H Sheep Club. Number 120, Versten Carson Verston from Old Wives 4-H Sheep Club. Number 121, Sophia Verston from Old Wives 4-H Sheep Club. Number 127, Peyton Hitchens from Glen Ewan Mixed 4-H Sheep Club. Number 125, Abigail Bartlett from Glen Ewan Mixed 4-H Club. Number 126, Elia Bartlett from the Glen Ewan Mixed 4-H Club. And two that are not on our program is Carrie Walker from Elida and Area Beef Club and Spencer Spicer from the Elida and Area Beef Club. And we have two scratches. So in your program, number 102, Sophie Bernauer from the Carlton Trail 4-H Sheep Club is a scratch. And number 123, Toby Wessing from the Sarath Multi 4-H Club is a scratch. Your class is now full.
got a really nice set of group of ewe lambs again here. These ones look a little bit older, but it doesn't take away from the quality that you can see in this class. So I started up here again with a Suffolk, and it's both these two in the top here are really showy, classy animals. But again, we're looking at them on the day of the show and what they can offer as ewe lambs for production. Both of them they're well conditioned. They're long in their loins. They're thick through their bodies. Got lots of capacity. They carry that length and that depth all the way through that hind quarter. Really a lot to offer, but between them, you're kind of splitting hairs from the front to the back. The Suffolk's just got a slightly longer loin on it, slightly thicker. It's probably a breed thing, but it's got lots to offer for a meat production animal. So between these top two, they're definitely a top of the class for sure. Moving into the third and fourth, again, third, fourth, and fifth are really similar animals. You get a lot of capacity in third place, probably beats out the fourth and fifth just because of that capacity. You're, again, splitting hairs when it comes to length of loins, depth through the hind quarter. So really similar through the 3, 4, 5. And then 6, 7, 8 are also really similar. The difference being there is just a little bit of the coverage going into as a production ewe, but not too much differences in there. You get down into the bottom three, and we got less condition on them. So as far as show animals, they don't have as much condition. They're not showing as well as some of these more fleshy animals up top. And then just a little shorter loin at the bottom end too. The big one at the end just would like to straighten her up on her front feet a little bit, but otherwise this is a really good class of ewe lambs.
Can we please have the top two go to the marshalling area? In first place, 748, Spencer Spicer. In second place, 738, Carrie Walker. In third place, Peyton Hitchens. Fourth place is, sorry, I'm going too fast.
Four here.
Oh, there we go. Fourth place is Abigail Bartlett. Fifth place, Elijah Bartlett. Sixth place is Carson Verstein. Seventh place is Haley Bernauer. Eighth place is Everly Stetson. Ninth place is Adeline Stetson. 10th place is Sophia Virgins. 11th place is Alaya Vidal. And for the future classes, kids, when you get lined up at the end before your judge makes his remarks, can you please turn your backs towards us so that we can write your number down in our record book? Thank you. Okay, so re-entering the ring, we have our first two top placings, and this will be for our championship ewe lamb. So from the first class, we have Jacob Bernauer, number 101. And in second place is Taylor Rutz in number 115. And in the second class, we have number 748, Spencer Spicer. And in second place, 738, Carrie Walker.
I did a lot of deliberating when they were in the show ring previously, so I'm not going to do too much more. But I'm going to talk about both these classes. Both of them had really good ewe lambs coming out of them. I think all these young exhibitors can be proud of their 4-H animals that they're bringing out today. And with that, I'm just going to go and select my grand and reserve.
Okay, congratulations. First place goes to number 748, Spencer Spicer from the Elida and Area Beef Club. And second place, reserve, goes to 738, Carrie Walker from the Elida and Area Beef Club. So if those two want to head over to the far corner. Oh, pardon? Okay, never mind. They're going to do it at the very end. So go take your animal back to your stall. Just stay around because once the show is done, you will be going over to get pictures taken. Okay, so we're now going to get ready for our class of yearling ewes. There is only one class. Okay, entering the ring is number 104, Lacey Grant from Carlton Trail 4-H Club. Number 108, Alita Nordic from the Carlton Trail 4-H Club. Number 102, Sophie Bernauer from Carlton Trail 4-H Club. Number 118, Holden Sturby from the Carlton Trail 4-H Club. Number 100, Haley Bernauer from the Carlton Trail 4-H Club. And number 123, Toby Wessing from the Sarath Multiple 4-H Club. And two extras that are not on our program today, number 127, Kate Edwards from Carlton Trail 4-H Club, and number 128, Jasper Edwards from the Carlton Trail 4-H Club. And this is for the yearling ewe. Your class is complete.
we got a little more variation here in our yearling ewe lamb class, starting off with a big, powerful ewe up top here. She kind of comes to the top really naturally in this class, just with her power, her size. She's carrying good condition over her body, and it shows through that the muscling throughout her loin, through the leg of lamb. Lots to offer for lamb production there. Second place is different style. You can see just with the different color of the face. So, but it still just doesn't have the capacity of the top ewe, the frame size, but a really good ewe here too. She comes atop these next three lambs just with her condition. Her width across her loin is wider than the next three, and she does have a little more depth through that hind quarter. Then you get three here that have lambed once already, so they're not gonna. They probably put a little bit of their conditioning into their lambs, which is good to see. We'd like to see that in our ewes, that they're putting effort into raising their lambs. But with that, they sacrificed some of their condition for the show today. Between these three, our fourth place one probably has a longer loin, just doesn't have the condition on it, probably gave it to her lambs. So good job in raising them. And then you get down into these two here. We are splitting hairs between one that has a little udder development, so probably raised the lamb, when one that didn't. But otherwise, they have similar conditioning, similar muscling, width, length, and depth of their loin. But I am going to give it to the one that shows udder development, that she probably raised the lamb and has that conditioning still on her. In our bottom two, we have a different breed that is not known for putting on a lot of that pounds. We don't want these breeds to be really fleshy, so they're showing their breed character here. But for a show, we just like to have them to compete higher up in the class. We're a little more conditioning on them, but they got great lengths of loin. They got that capacity that's going to be, and the durability in their stance to be a productive ewe in the years to come.
Okay, that was class of the yearling ewes. So grand is number 102, Sophie Bernauer, and reserve is number 100, Haley Bernauer. In third place is Holden Sturby, number 118. Fourth place is Alita Nordic, number 108. Fifth place is Toby Wessing, number 123. In sixth place is Lacey Grant, number 104. In seventh place is number 127, Kate Edwards. And in eighth place is number 128, Jasper Edwards. Okay, our next class is class number 4, ewe with current lambs. There is one class of this as well. Okay, we're just going to have 2 minutes. We have to get everybody organized. We'll be with you in just a moment. Okay, we can get going with class number 4, ewe with current lambs. Coming into the ring is number 123, Toby Westings from the Sarath Multi 4-H Club. Number 118, Holden Sturby from Carlton Trail 4-H Club. Number 110, Lane Nordic from the Carlton Trail 4-H Club. Number 108, Alita Nordic from the Carlton Trail 4-H Club. Number 104, Lacey Grant from the Carlton Trail 4-H Club. Number 103, Grayson Bagora from Catherwood 4-H Club. Number 112, Katrina Pinchu from the Catherwood 4-H Club. And number 102, Sophie Bernauer from the Carlton Trail 4-H Club. Your class is complete.
of the world inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Well, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Well, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens. Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains. Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains. Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains. Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains. Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Is a space that creates your horizon. Well, your mind is a space that creates the horizon. Your mind is a space that creates your horizon. Well, your mind is a space that creates your horizon. Say, why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? You know,
This class of ewes with their lambs shown here at side is a good representation of what these ewes can produce. So I don't always do this where I have my ewes that are producing twins come up to the top, but today was pretty easy with how these top two ewes here are high producing ewes that are showing the capacity in their body, still carrying condition even through their lambing. And the difference between these two, the ewes were very similar for their style, their condition, the muscling that are on them. So I went to the lambs and I gave it to the top first place here, just with the lambs having a little more condition on them here on show day, and the lambs having a little longer loin. So the meat production into those lambs is higher in first place and second, but otherwise these two come to the top pretty quick here. Coming into our third place, we just don't have the condition on it for show day like the top two, but we got a big ewe here that is producing those lambs. The lambs got a little less conditioning on them, not as much muscling through that hind quarter as the top two. Coming into our fourth place here, we're starting to get into a different breed, but just smaller ewe, smaller frame, and then with that we have a slightly shorter loin on it, and not carrying that same capacity through. Now we get into our ewes that were produced one lamb, which is fine if these are young lambs. I didn't ask ages, but we're looking at the day of the show, how they're producing. So today we've got the top class with twins and the bottom of the class having singles. So what differentiated them when we got these two here, really strong ewes. Their lambs are really similar, but you just give it a little more capacity to the one atop in front here. Otherwise, very similar here. I had a hard time placing a Romney. They're not known for having that. They're not going to the meat production breed, so it's tough to place them in there. The lamb is a big lamb. There's a lot of wool on there, and so for wool production, it's probably a great lamb that coming off this ewe. Just to show, to place any higher in the show today, I'd like a little bit more condition on them, just to show higher. And then our fourth place, we have a younger lamb. Use a good ewe and nice, good young lamb. Just not enough growth on that lamb to place it higher today.
Okay, so for class number 4, you with current lambs, in first place is Alita Nordic. In second place is Sophie Bernauer. And can you guys stay here for the Supreme Champion U that's going to be done here right away? In third place is number 103, Grayson Bjorn. Fourth place is Lacey Grant. Fifth place is number 110, Lane Nordic. Sixth place. Hang on. Sixth place is Holden Sturby. Seventh place is Katrina Pika. Eighth place is Toby Wessing. And those to come in for the Supreme Champion U is number 748, Carrie Walker. Number 738, Spencer Spicer. And number 102, Alita Nordic. And Sophie Bernauer, number 100. Yep, those two. Okay, yeah. We're just going to take a moment to get organized. Okay, entering the ring is 748. Carrie Walker, 738. Spencer Spicer. Number 102, Sophie Bernauer. See, I told you I'm going to butcher names. Number 100. Number 100 is Haley Bernauer. They have their So we should have 748, 738, 102, 100, 108, and 102 again. I think we have everybody, so class is complete.
Let's give this class a round of applause for our grand champions here. I'm going to talk about all these animals and then I'll go select my champions. So we're starting off here at the bottom here. We had our ewe lambs here. They're real showy animals. They're obviously came ready for the show, clipped up real nice, conditioned on them right from the front shoulder right through the dock. Really showy, really classy animals. And they still have that breeding characteristic we're looking for when we're looking for lamb production. So they got the depth, they got the whole package up here. And then we get to our yearling ewes here. They got the capacity, they got the frame. They're the larger animals here, correct on their feet. These are production ewes through and through for our yearlings. So really showing what our potential can be with the depth of body, with the length of the body. The muscling through across the loin right down through that hind quarter. And then you get to our production ewes that are showing their production, the progeny with them in our top group here, with great capacity on both of these ewes in the top, in the ewe with lambs here showing beside them. I like how all of these animals have straight top lines. I like that their feet are correct. That's what we're looking for in all of our flocks, is to have conformationally correct animals, and we got great exhibition of that here in this class. I don't have too much more to say about this class, so I'll put the mic down and go select my Grand and Reserve champions. So I went with my Grand and Reserve in our yearling class, the ewe lamb class. These are really showy animals. You got to judge them on the day of the show, and these ones came here to show today with how they're showing in the class. They're trimmed up real well. They're conditioning on them perfect for the show. So give these two a round of applause for your Grand and Reserve.
Okay, congratulations. Supreme Champion U goes to number 748, Carrie Walker, and Reserve Supreme Champion U goes to number... Is that the other way around? Oh, sorry, my mistake. Supreme Champion U goes to 738, to Spencer Spicer, and Reserve is 748, Carrie Walker. Our next class is our market lamb class. We're going to take about 5 minutes here to get them organized before they head in.
Down from that mountain, I had to find me a job. I'm in a new, I was selling gas and soda pops. One afternoon I was bothered because those thoughts, they don't end. Set me back up.
So just a little bit of housekeeping. If you are wanting to get banquet tickets for tomorrow night, they are here. So those that have already purchased tickets can go over to the Sask Sheep Development table and pick them up. If you have not purchased your tickets, you need to run very fast to get them. There's only about 20 tickets left. Otherwise, you guys can, we'll fight it out in the middle. So hurry and get them. There's only 20 tickets left.
Up to a mountain, followed a bird up there, 'cause I found me a woman who treated me unfair, and I woke to the sunrise, remembered an awful dream of lightning and thunder, and hearing someone scream. Trouble finds you and worry, it sticks around until you're dead. Once you found a little darling, and she takes over your head.
Okay, so class number 5, this is our market lamb. In order of appearance is entering the ring first is number 114, Noel Pika, Catherwood 4-H Club. Second is 104, Lacey Grant from Carlton Trail. Third is number 110, Lane Nordic from Carlton Trail. Fourth entering is 124, Wyatt Wood from Crown Hill. Fifth is number 100, Haley Bowner from Carlton Trail. Sixth is 101, Jacob Bowner from Carlton Trail. Seventh is 109, Cash Nordic from Carlton Trail. Eighth is number 107, Abby Mix from Milestone. Ninth is 102, Sophie Bernauer from Carlton Trail. And entering last, number 10, 108, Alita Nordic. This is for Class 5, Market Lamb. Your class is complete. So with the market lamb, these lambs were all weighed just before the show here today. So the judge is going to have a bit of a tough time figuring out which goes where.
in our market lamb class here. Things I'm looking for in market lambs are first and foremost finish. If your lamb doesn't have the finish on it, it's not ready for market. And when I want a market lamb, I want it ready to go, ready for slaughter. So the ones that are going to come to the top of the class are going to be the ones that are finished. Second of all, I'm going to be looking for the length of loin, the depth of loin, and the width across the top. That's their highest cut of meat, so we want to have as much meat in the loin as possible. And then we get into the leg of lamb, where you want a large roast, so I'm looking for the legs of lamb. The ribs are going to be less important for me, not an unimportant cut, but just going to be less of importance when it comes to this class. So we started off with a very finished market lamb. Many will argue that this is going to be over finished. So if you feel the back of your hand, when you feel across those tendons on the back of your hand, your market lamb should have at least that much cover on your back, and this one is probably over finished for that. So it's from a production standpoint, you're wasting money putting it into this much finish on a market lamb. If you want to go in for a production ewe, that's where you can put a little more condition on them to help them get through the winter and raise those lambs. But this one is still, it's got the most finish on it, and when it's got that most finish, it's maxed out the amount of meat it's going to put on it, and it's got the widest loin and the most muscling through that hind quarter into that leg of lamb. So this easily comes to the top of the class, even though it could be argued that it is over finished for a market lamb. Then you get into some, what I would say, traditional market lambs. These ones are maximizing the profitability when it comes to the amount of the correct finish on them, ready for market, and they've got that meat that is going to be what we're selling. So we have really long loins here. The difference between these two is a little bit on the finish, where the 509 here had a little bit more finish on the back, slightly longer, slightly wider loin. But these two I swap back and forth. They're very similar looking, feeling when you put your hands on them. When you get into further down, I had a hard time with some of these lambs. They're very similar feeling. They are finished correctly, and then we just get into shorter loins and not as much depth through that leg. When you get down to the bottom, again, these three here are probably very similar. When you get to the longer wool, it was a little challenging to see the difference, but you can feel a difference with a shorter loin on them. Definite noticeability from the ones in the top of the class, but when you get down to the middle of the class, very similar lengths of loin, so you're differing there with the leg of lamb on them. Coming down to the bottom of the class, we're just lacking the finish of the above animals, and if you don't have the finish on them, you got to go back to the feed trough. You got to feed them up for a little bit longer before they are truly a market lamb ready for meat and to be put into the freezer. So we just like to get a little bit more finish on them. And then at the bottom, we do have a lamb that is probably not a meat breed, but here it is, and they will go into the meat market, but we want a little bit more finish on them just so that we can maximize our profitability.
Okay, for class number 5 for the market lamb, in first place is Abby Mix, number 107. In second is Alita Nordic, number 108. Third is number 102, Sophie Bernauer. Fourth is 109, Cash Nordic. Fifth is number 101, Jacob Bernauer. Oh my. In sixth place is Haley Bernau, number 100. In seventh place is Wyatt Wood, number 124. In eighth place is number 110, Lane Nordic. Ninth place is number 104, Lacey Grant. And for the top two, first and second place, Abby Mix's lamb weighed in at 126 pounds. It was an Ile-de-France. And our reserve, Alita Nordic, her lamb is a Suffolk Target Cross, and that weighed in at 130 pounds. So that concludes our confirmation portion of the show. So we judged your lambs based on how they look. Now we get to judge based on how you show them. So class number 6 will be our Clover Bud showmanship. We'll just give a few minutes till we're ready to go. Okay, let's begin. Our Class 6, the Clover Bud Showmanship. Entering the ring is number 117, Everly Stetson from Clarebank Multi Club. Number 114, Noel Pica from Catherwood. Number 124, Wyatt Wood from Crown Hill. Number 123, Toby Wessing from Sarath Multi Club. Number 116, Adeline Stetson from Clarebank Multi Club. Number 106, Isabella Kelly from Maca 4-H Club. Number 101, Jacob Bernard from Carlton Trail. Number 121, Sophia Verstegen from Old Wives 4-H Club. Number 119, Jalissa Sturby from Carlton Trail. Number 109, Cash Nordic from Carlton Trail. And number 115, Taylor Retz from Macwa 4-H Sheep Club. Your class is complete. And this is the Clover Bud Showmanship.
Take me over to the north side so I can find my way. Lord knows I've walked the South Straits, I've wasted hearts and days. So take it all, take everything from me and bring it on. Take me down to shining waters, towns of grit and pride. Let me check my own soul. I've nowhere left to hide. And take it all, take everything from me and bring it on. It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs, or else I'll ramble on until I wreck the song. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take me to a hilltop castle, to a room all draped in white. Give me some familiar faces so I know I'll be alright. Then take it all, take everything from me, then bring it on. It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs, or else I'll ramble on until I wreck the song. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take me to a state of mind where kings are pouring paupers' rage. Take away my trembling fingers. I'll take away that faithful itch. It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs, or else I'll ramble on until I wreck the song. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Yeah.
Showmanship is always a challenging class to judge coming out of the confirmation classes, but it really does show how these young show people can handle their animals and how they can show them off. So first and foremost, the point of the showmanship is for you to show your animal. Yes, I want you to be visible, and I want you to be paying attention to the judge, but first and foremost, if I can't see your animal, you're in the wrong spot. So make sure that your animal is always in between me and you, so that your animal is visible for the judge to see them. And so some of you, when you walked in, right off the bat, you guys were turning around, and the top three ones, these actually second and third, were the first ones that were doing that. And the other ones kind of caught on after that. So just remember, first thing in the ring, even when you're walking by me, make sure you switch sides before you keep walking. So we get to the first place in our showmanship here. Was pretty good job for having the animal visible for me at all times, and was switching sides when we're walking, knew about her animal, did a good job of showing her, and it was a good job there. When we got into our second and third, I was going back and forth. These two were the first two that were paying attention, having their animal in between me and their judge. One thing I'd just like from you two is to make sure your animals are always between me and you, and that they're set up all the time, ready for the judge. When I did come back to these guys to put my hands on them, they were there ready to hold their animals. So these top three here were the showmen of the class for sure. Just these two in second and third. I'd like you to have your lambs set up more quickly and have them visible for the judge all the time. Coming into the bottom of the class, we start getting into a little less experience in the class. Little less experience in the class from the above show people, and so just things that I liked was how you're holding your halters, having them in a nice bundle, not having them drag on the ground, but always having them in a nice bundle, and then knowing about your animals, knowing when they're born, having a reason for why you named them. Those are the reasons why I put these ones up here. We get further down, it's just a little slower to change sides when I'm walking by, not always knowing where the judge is going. You have to be focusing on your animal, focusing on the judge, so you have to be looking all over the place to make sure that have your animal set up, you're keeping an eye on me, switching sides so your animal's always in the most visible place. And then we get down into the very bottom, and you guys are all squished into the end here, but just got to be making sure that you're always focusing on the judge, you're able to answer your questions, and that you're showing your animal to the best of its ability. So more experience in the show ring is going to give you guys that opportunity to move higher in the class.
Okay, that was the Cloverbud showmanship. And just a reminder, when you kids come into the class, when the judge is speaking, can you please turn your numbers so that your back's towards us so we can see them? So hopefully with the Cloverbud showmanship, we have everything correct. If not, just yell at me and let me know. So in first place, champion show person is Taylor Rutz. Second is Cash Nordic. So is that correct? Yeah. Okay, that's correct. Okay, in third is number 119, Jalissa Sturby. Fourth is 106, Isabella Kelly. Fifth is 116, Adeline Stetson. Sixth is 124, Wyatt Wood. Seventh is 101, Jacob Bernauer. Eighth is 117, Everly Stetson. Ninth is 121, Sophia Vergsten. 10th is 123, Toby Wessing. And 11th is 114, Noella Pica. I hope I have everybody correct. If not, come up and let me know. Our next class, just going to give them a few minutes here, is class number 7. This is the junior showmanship. And our ringman's just going to go over everything with them, how to come in. Yeah. Okay, so entering the ring, number 113, Kenzie Pika, number 122, Alina Vidal, number 118, Holden Sturby, number 120, Carson Vergengen, Number 100 is Haley Bernauer. Number 104 is Lacey Grant. Number 127 is Peyton Hitchens. Number 110 is Lane Nordic. Number 125 is Abigail Bartlett. Number 127 is Kate Edwards. Number 107 is Abby Mix. And then we have number 738, Carrie Ann Walker, and number 748, Spencer Spicer. And this is class number 7, Junior Showmanship. Your class is complete.
Take me over to the north side so I can find my way. Lord knows I've walked the south streets, I've wasted hearts and days. So take it all, take everything from me and bring it on. Take me down to shining waters, to towns of grit and pride. Let me check my own soul, I've nowhere left to hide. And take it all, take everything from me and bring it on. It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs, or else I'll ramble on until I wreck the song. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take me to a hilltop castle, to a room all draped in white. Give me some familiar faces so I know I'll be alright. Then take it all, take everything from me, then bring it on. It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs, or else I'll ramble on until I wreck the song. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take me to a state of mind Papa's ranch. Take away my trembling fingers. I'll take away that faithful itch. It's because I am just a wandering man that I need you now to take my legs, or else I'll ramble on until I wreck the song. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Take it all to set me free, I beg. Yeah. It was the first time you felt just a little bit of something, baby, and I fell, believing I'd fly. I found a reason to give you just enough of what you wanted, baby, to find you weren't willing to try. Babe, your heart, it wanders, looking for a reason to find yourself with something left you could try. If I placed what I have first time you felt just a little bit of something, baby, and I fell, believing I'd fly. Yeah, I found a reason to give you just enough of what you wanted, baby, to find you weren't willing to try. Just like an aeroplane, it takes you over and over again. My love is just like an aeroplane, it brings you closer to what you wanted. This is what I wanted to. My love is just like the ocean, it draws you closer and closer to me. My love is just like the ocean, it pulls you further from the shore. Is this what you wanted? Time's a wasting, love is chasing you. Time's a wasting, love is chasing you. Oh, come on, love is what you make it. I'll show you love is how we'll make it.
The juniors are really showing us how to show our sheep here this afternoon. And to get this class into this order, I really had to start judging the second that they came into the show ring. So immediately, some of them that got to the bottom of the class, it was because they weren't switching sides right off the bat. As you get some of the older members, they were starting to switch sides right off the bat when they came in. So I moved them up to the top. What differentiates our top 5, 6 animals here is just how quick you are to get to moving, to make sure your animal's in the right position, to make sure that you are showing your animal to the best of its ability. I even wrote some notes that to remind myself of just being a little bit quicker to get there. If I can get all the junior members to face the crowd so that they can see your number. And I'll come stand in front of you so you can see me. So again, the top 3 for sure were switching sides. I have to give props to the third place for doing this with a broken arm. I was a little concerned with how she was going to be able to show me her teeth, and that was one thing I asked all these junior members. I think it's important to be able to check the teeth on sheep. So when I asked them if they could do that, it really helps to judge out for biosecurity, not having to put your hands into mouths of different animals. So when they could do that, they definitely got higher up in the class. So I really was impressed with third place for being able to do that with one hand and having our animal in the correct placing. Moving into 4th and 5th, just a little bit slower to get into place. I know these people are experienced show people, even 4th, 5th, and 6th, but a little bit slower than the top 3. I will say that the 5th place, a little bit straw on the bottom of your animal. When you're showing your animal, you really want them to be clean, and there's a couple other ones I saw some straw on them. So when you come into the show ring, you got to have your animals cleaned off completely, not just on the top, but underneath as well. I did have here just to leave a little bit more room. So this can go for a lot of our younger members, but make sure there's room for your judge to get between you and other animals. So don't be too close to the animal in front of you. And that was one thing I had for you, just getting a little too close to the animal in front of you, not leaving enough room for yourself to move around and also for the judge to get in between. getting down into the bottom of the class, and then we have the front row. The only reason these ones are up here is because there's not enough room at the end here, so we moved up those 4 into that second row. But this is just a little bit of inexperience. Right when you come in the ring, you got to make sure that you're switching sides, that the animal's always in between me and yourself. I will say that if you have combs, I don't think they're necessary for holding onto a comb in the show ring with sheep. I know that can be a thing with cattle, that you have to have a comb in your back pocket. Sheep, we can just brush the dirt off. It's not as important. So keep your hands free and keep your combs in the tack stall. When we move into the bottom here, it was more just not being able to show me teeth, or not being able to be in the correct position, not showing your animal to the best ability. I will say that the brown lamb here, she was really trying to show her animal, always kind of going around the back end. Not necessary, but being able to show me your teeth is more important, and be able to keep control of your animals while doing that. It did move you up there. And for all you people in the end of the class, just more experience in the show ring is really going to move you up there to be able to compete against the older members here who are getting their lambs set up more quickly, always in the right position, always keeping their lambs clean. And once you guys do that, you'll be moving up.
Okay, so class number 7, junior showmanship. In first place is Kate Edwards. Second place is Abby Mix. Congratulations. In third place is Haley Bernauer. Fourth is Carrie Ann Walker. Fifth is Lane Nordic. Sixth is Spencer Spicer. Seventh is Abigail Bartlett. Eighth is Peyton Hitchens. Ninth is Lacey Grant. 10th is Alina Vidal. 11th is Holden Sturby. 12th is Kenzie Pika. And 13th is Carson Verstein. Congratulations, juniors. Very, very good job. Okay, class number 8 is intermediate showmanship. There are 5 entries, and I think they're all here. Just give a moment. And just to keep in mind, after the showmanship classes, we do have a costume class. And then after that, there's going to be the picture taking over in the corner. So be prepared for those. Okay, so into the ring for intermediate showmanship is number 108, Alita Nordic from Carlton Trail. Number 111, Caitlin Pika from Catherwood. Number 102, Sophie Bernauer from Carlton Trail. Number 112, Katrina Pika from Catherwood. And number 128, Jasper Edwards from Carlton Trail. Your class is complete. So just for those of you that are watching this class, from intermediate and up, there are certain things that the judges are looking for, not only being able to show your own animal, but also being able to show somebody else's animal. So that's why they do a switch, just to see how well you handle somebody else's. As well as intermediate and seniors, it is preferred that they show with no halter. It just shows the control as well as the work that the kids have put into their animals.
Let me tell you a little something about me. When it's Saturday night, I need to blow off some steam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I've been rolling in since o'clock in Monday morning. From the end of the week, I'm bound to blow. Breeze walking to the honky tonk like a pack of wolves now. Order up around the tribes, and it's away we go. It's a throw down, ding down.
So the intermediates here made it a little bit easier for me, but I'm being a little more picky too with what I'm looking for. So we started off with a gentleman up in the front of the class here. He was the one that had the animal in the most visible spot for me to see. He was switching sides when he needed to be. But I really enjoyed that when he got his animal, he corrected it. He had it standing up correctly, and when we moved them around, he was quick to put his animal and move his animal back into a position when it got moved. I also like that he utilized the whole ring, so when I got them to walk around holding other animals, he was the first one to utilize the entire ring to make sure that you're utilizing the ring, you're giving you the best opportunity for the judge to see your animals and utilizing that space that he has. Moving into second and third, not a lot of difference between these show people, but the difference was that how quick they were to, when I moved their animals, when they put them back into position, they wanted to make their animal in a better position when they went back to their animal. So they were holding somebody else's, they put that animal into position. When they got back to theirs, they tried to improve the way that it was standing. So I like that with these two in second and third. The difference being just second was a little bit quicker to get into that place and really trying to set up that animal to look its best. When you get into fourth and fifth, just a little bit slower. I know that the fourth place, when they went to go grab their animal, almost went to the wrong side, caught that, good job. But then just getting it set up when we moved them and maybe not utilizing the whole ring, maybe not setting them up quite as quickly, but I was really big on this one with being able to utilize the whole ring, showing your animal off. The fourth place did get a little tight into some other animals. I think it was a little bit of the strength of the animal here was pushing into other ones. So when I moved them around, it was that seeing her walk and the strength she had in her when she was moving, she was pushing the show person. So when I had them walking on her own, she showed that she could stop in an appropriate place. There's probably other reasons what I'm forgetting, but it was definitely the top of the class came up to the top for their showmanship, and then in the bottom, just a little bit more experience in the show ring will move you up.
Congratulations to the intermediate showmanship. In first is Jasper Edwards. In second is Caitlin, oh, I don't have her name, Panak. Done. In third place is Sophie Bernauer. In fourth is Katrina Panak from Catherwood. In fifth is Alita Nordic. Next in is the senior showmanship. There is 2 in this class. While we get ready for that, are we having a break in between this and the costume or no? How? Okay, so we're going to have about a 10-15 minute break between the end of the senior showmanship and the costume class. So those that are in the costume class, can you please start getting ready? And again, I'm very sorry if I butchered your name. So entering the ring for Class 9 Senior Showmanship is 126, Elijah Bartlett from Glen Ewan Mixed 4-H Club, and number 103, Grayson Bjord from Catherwood 4-H Sheep Club. Your class is complete. Yay, Grayson. Woohoo! Good job.
I was a little bit mean to these seniors here. At one time, I was told to flip my lamb onto its rear end, and it was a challenge because I'd probably never done it. So I thought I'd spring it on these seniors. I thought muscle might win over finesse, but it looks like finesse can work too. For first place in our showmanship, we're going to go with this lamb up here. Not much difference between these show people. I'd like to see a little bit more experience in the ring from both of them, but you'll get there eventually one day. So just for both of you, I'd like to get you, I liked how you set up your animals. You keep an eye on the judge. You're keeping your animal in between me and yourself. So that was good. One thing I'd like for both of you, is to make sure you leave a little bit more room between yourself and the previous animals. We only got 2 sheep in the ring. You can utilize as much of the ring as we can. I did like that when you guys walked around the second time, you used more of the ring, and that was something I pressed on for the intermediate, so I'd like that you guys picked up on that one. As far as hold on a halter or not, I prefer no halter if you can handle them. It just lets you have your hands free to do a few more things, and it just keeps your hands, the rope out of the way of the animal. So I do like that you're not showing without a halter, or that you're without the halter. But as long as you can do all the other things, the halter is kind of one of those last things that I'm looking for in showmanship. So congratulations to the grand champions in reserve.
Okay, for Class 9 senior showmanship, first place, the champion senior showman is Elijah Bartlett, and in second is Grayson Bjorn from Catherwood 4-H. Okay, so like I said, we're going to take a few minute break here, like 10-15 minutes, while everybody gets ready for the costume class. And then after that, the champions will be going over to the picture pit for their pictures. And just keep in mind that once those pictures are done, if any 4-H member wants to take their lamb over there for pictures, feel free to do it. It's going to be up here all weekend, so take advantage of that. We'll see you in about 10-15 minutes. Okay, so just for those in the barn, hopefully everybody's listening to me. Anybody that has not weighed their market lamb, you can get it ready. Once the costume class has started, you can take your market lamb over to the weigh scale, which is over, is it still over by the doors? Over by the doors to get them weighed. Yeah, so for anybody that has not weighed a market lamb, once the costume class has begun, you can take your market lamb over there to be weighed. Please don't do it before that because there's just too much going on. Okay, so for all of those in the costume class, we're going to begin like in 2 minutes. So if you're not here yet, please hurry and get here. Otherwise, we're going to begin right away. Okay, we can get going for the favoriteest part of the day, which is the costume class. So I'm just going to announce the kids' names. We have Jacob and Isabella. She's the Scots. Jacob is the sailor. We have Taylor, the scuba diver. Make sure you guys spread out so everybody can see. This is the fun class. We don't need to be serious. If parents want to take pictures, please take pictures.
She can't see, so that's why she's...
And I've lost my place where all my children are. The little minion, is that Everly? Is the little minion. Adeline is thing, I'm not sure which thing it is, but thing one. And Jalissa looks like a angel, devil angel. That's it. Okay, good. Toby is a bank robber. Wyatt is a space. Oh, a jet. No, what are you?
Come to the fence line, guys.
A rocket and a launch pad. Well, that's original. Grant Lacey. Where are you? Grant. Right on the wall. Is that a water? I don't know. I think we have some kids screwed up.
No, that's Lacey.
Oh, okay. Lacey. Oh, she's the milk. There we go. She's the milk and Oreo cookie. See, we're getting there. Okay. And then we have Abby. What is that? Yeah, with the unicorn. Is she a unicorn? Oh, what?
Say that again.
We're old and deaf. You need to yell. A unicorn and Agnes. Oh, the unicorn. Got it. Okay. Yeah, we're old and deaf up here. Okay, and Holden, what are you? Oh, you're the Pillsbury Doughboy. Is that what you are? No. Marshmallow Man. Okay. I guess the Pillsbury Doughboy, we're old for that. You guys wouldn't know. Ask your parents. They may not even know. And Peyton is Mario. And Abigail, what are you? Say again. Goshen? Yoshi. Okay, that's a toy that Mel is not familiar with. Anyway, and Elijah is FBI Matrix? FBI? Yeah? Very good. And like he's beyond in character. Okay, now we have everything. Now you get to look at Nathan and he gets to judge. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
I will say that this is probably one of my least favorite classes to judge because it's really hard to pick a favorite. But just like to start off by thanking Saskatchewan 4-H for inviting me to judge our first 4-H show in Saskatchewan here. And I'd like to thank the Saskatchewan Sheep Breeders Association and Saskatchewan Sheep Development Board for hosting the show and for my help in the ring, Faith, and for marshallers and the announcers, and for all of our audience here. And hopefully you guys can have some pictures taken of this class. And if you have questions about any of the showmanship or other classes, I'll be around this evening and for the rest of the weekend, so you can ask me that. As far as this class here, again, it's going to be really tough to pick a favorite. But one thing that I always look for is how your sheep manage. Oh, is this bribery? Well, it says high in saturated fat and sugar. Will you hold on to that for me? Thanks. I was more impressed that your sheep has limited vision with the pantyhose on the head like that. So, yeah. If your sheep can handle what you're doing to them, it shows that you guys have really worked with your animals, that they are tolerant of you, they're tolerant of what you're doing to them. I know that parents and grandparents, sometimes you guys have had a lot of influence on some of these costumes, and sometimes it'd be late nights of you trying to build stuff. And then you have some of these junior members that are obviously, they came up with the ideas and they put all the work into it, and they probably are doing some things that you are shocked that their sheep are able to withstand this. But with that, I am going to pick a first place. I was told I only need to pick a first place, and with that one, I'm going to be going with whatever this one is.
Mark up to the button.
2, 1, blast off!
Congratulations. Look at them go.
Alrighty, thank you, kids. So our costume class winner is the Rocket and Launch Pad, Mr. Wyatt Wood. Everybody take a round of applause. You all did fantastic. These costumes were really, really good. So that ends our first annual 4-H Saskatchewan Provincial Sheep Show. Can we give a round of applause for everyone that helped organize this? So we have Deanne, Trevor, Ashley, Nathan for coming, all the parents, all the kids, Faith as the ring man, and next year will be bigger and better. So thank you for today, and everyone have a great rest of your show. And again, I do apologize for names that I butchered. You can yell at me later. On that note, those with market lambs that have not been weighed, you can start going once the coast is clear, and let's get them right here right away. And for the kids, for their pictures, please head on over, if you haven't started already, over to the show or the picture pit over there in the corner. If you would like to have the judge come over there, he most likely will do that here in a little bit. Otherwise, have a great rest of your evening. And